but grow tired of the desires of the skin. I chase I and run from my sin. Trapped by, but grow tired of the desires of the skin. I chase down and run from my sin.
I won't run from it.
Get 너를 가져줄게. Get 나의 노예가 돼. Get 바로 지금 이 순간 gonna get.
So the first tip is that y'all should search up new K-pop artists. I've said this a lot, and that's why it's the first tip. K-pop doesn't revolve around bigger company or known groups. So for y'all to not think a year or month in K-pop is boring or bad, is to search up new artists. I've seen people say recently that February 2022 K-pop was boring, and yes, maybe it was boring to y'all, because of the limited artists. As I say all the time, don't limit yourselves when it comes to K-pop. Find new artists to check out in K-pop, so that y'all can find more releases and actually feel hopeful about the month that's going on, or the next month to come. And what I mean by that, is maybe if people checked out more artists in K-pop, and checked out more releases from unknown K-pop artists, then maybe February 2022 K-pop would have been less boring for y'all. All it takes to make something less boring, is for y'all to branch out from what you already know. Discover new things, so you see the amazing world of K-pop outside of what you already know, or are familiar with. So for the next tip, is to stan more groups. Be it a boy group, girl group, co-ed group, project group, temporary group, whether it's a K-pop group, or any genre of Korean music group, despite the number of members. And yes, it may be a little hard to stan many groups, but it's actually good to stan more groups. Because by stanning more groups, you'll get to know about their new releases. K-pop will never get boring for you, because if you stan a lot of groups, then at least a few of those groups will make comebacks, or at least 2 or 3 of them will make comebacks. And with stanning many groups, and with some of them making comebacks, you'll never be bored of K-pop because of the many groups making comebacks. This way you'll be satisfied as a K-pop stan, because then you'll have plenty of releases to check out. Be it from a big company group, a mid-tier company group, or a small company group. Or be it just an audio, MV, lyric video, visualizer, or released on Spotify without any video released on YouTube. For the next tip, is that if K-pop gets boring for you, then branch out of K-pop by checking out other genres of Korean music. Examples: K-indie, K-R&B, K-rock or any other genres in K-pop. My favorite genre in Korean music other than K-pop is K-indie, and Poklano's a Korean indie music distribution. I think YouTube channel always gives me amazing K-indie music every time, because I'm subbed it with bell notifications on. So for y'all who actually start to find K-pop boring, or find a year or a month in K-pop boring, is to check out other genres in Korean music. If K-pop isn't doing it for you, then go to another Korean music genre, because I'm sure that you'll get attached to something. Maybe for you it's not the month or year of K-pop that's boring. Maybe it's the genre as a whole, maybe you actually really like K-indie or K-hip-hop or K-R&B etc. Maybe you haven't found that yet. Also, this is just an assumption, but try branching out of K-pop into other Korean music genres. Maybe you like another genre more than K-pop, but you just don't know it yet. For the next tip, maybe try subbing to some music distribution channels, for example, 1 The K, Music and New, Stone Music Entertainment, Genie Music, Super Sound Bugs, Ogum Entertainment, Kobuko Music Channel, AutoEnt, Poklanos, Warner Music Korea, Seoul Music, Mirrorball Music, Flexwag etc. Maybe try subbing to some of these, and try checking out the channel's distributed releases from time to time. Maybe this way, as in the first and second tip, you'll find new artists to stan, new releases to check out, you'll also come across something new and fresh, and you'll find different songs, like for example, ballad, chill, Latin vibed, dark, tropical, cute, innocent, beautiful, mature, sexy or anything. You'll also find songs from different genres too. Also, these music distribution channels are always uploading artists' music every day and every time, so you'll come in contact with new artists, new songs, new comebacks, a much bigger stan list, love for different genres in Korean music, and will also have new songs for your playlist, and to promote on your channel. So it's a win for you, for finding more artists to add to your playlist, and sharing them to your friends who listen to K-pop, and a win for the artists by giving them a free promotion. The last and final tip is to listen to music released in K-pop or Korean music in the past. Now the reason I'm saying this is because maybe you find a year or a month boring in K-pop. Maybe you searched up new and unknown artists in K-pop, or in other Korean music genres, but you didn't find them that nice. Maybe the newer releases of Korean music isn't that good for you. So the best thing for you to do is to listen to music from old K-pop Korean music, meaning Korean music from older generations. Maybe you'll find something better in the older generations. And I'm not saying that there are people who probably don't like the newer generation music, even after finding new unknown artists. But I think maybe there are people who prefer the older generation of K-pop and Korean music. So if you actually don't like the newer releases in K-pop even after checking out newer unknown artists, then I suggest try digging into Korean music in the past. You're bound to stumble upon something amazing.